It's Game 3 of the NBA Cup for both of these teams. Let's get started. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, Craig Anthony and Richard Jefferson. And reporting from the sidelines all game long, we've got David Aldridge. As the season starts to take shape, there is no better time to check in and see how the rookie race is looking. Some first-year players making big impressions early on in the season, and we'll monitor them to see who will be in prime position to take home the Rookie of the Year award. And you look at Connect. He's gotten off to a blazing start and has settled into that number 2 spot in the rankings. A lot of season left for him to jump to number 1, though.
And really not surprised with the kind of talent he possesses to be ranked 2nd already.
Guys, it hasn't taken long at all to see what kind of impact he's going to have on this league.
So the Nets starting 5. They've got Walker Kessler. Connect out there with Lee. Then it's G.G. Jackson. And it's Williamson in at the 3 slot. And for Philadelphia, Yabusele out there with George. Then there's Maxey. Then there's Andre Drummond. And it's Gordon in at the 2. Lee. This is Game 3 for these teams in the NBA Cup Tournament group play. That adds an extra level of intensity, doesn't it?
Kevin, it certainly does, especially because one of these teams has much more to lose. At this point, only one of them might be playing to advance in this tournament.
Back to George. Maxey finds George. And a miss there on the triple. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against Charlotte. And it's Connect in the corner. Kessler with the bucket.
As we see Connect expand his game, Dalton will get more active as a passer.
Maxey passes to George. On the wing, Eric Gordon. Pass to Yabusele. Outside, George. Offline with his 3. Here's Williamson. And he banks in the layup.
And such a force moving around the paint. Zion goes where he wants.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thank you. I had a chance to talk with head coach Nick Nurse. We talked about trying to contain someone like Zion Williamson, and coach said it's like trying to put out a fire with a squirt gun. He's just so explosive and physical. The only good option is to build walls and try to cut him off in the hoop. See how that works out for them. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David.
Goodness, I mean, we feel those Zion dunks shake the floor.
To stop the run, the rebound by the Nets. They are a hot team right now. 7 consecutive wins and looking for number 8 tonight.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Nets.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And it seems they've also put an emphasis on moving the ball, working to rotate around the defense and find those quality looks.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Kelly Oubre.
And guys, his effective field goal percentage is trending in the wrong direction over the past 5 games. Shot discipline hasn't been the best. He'll be looking to play a smarter game tonight.
Now, here's Maxey. His last outing, he had 18 points. Drummond sets the screen for Maxey. Back to Drummond. Here's Yabusele. The 76ers with another miss.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Lee finds Jackson. Lee, a screen on Maxey. It's Jackson with the drive. Yep, it counts.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a rush at all. They are just playing to their strengths and building this lead out well.
And it's Gordon missing.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball in the three-point lane.
Pass to Lee. Knocks it loose. Paul George with the steal. to end the drought. It's the three-point bomb. George has got it back down to single digits for the 76ers. Hard to talk about a guy who can completely take over, Tyrese Maxey.
Oh, I love his energy. I love his focus. I love his... Oh,
wow.
Yes!
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
They were ready to roll right through the tip. There was no warm-up period. There was only, let's do this.
And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Williamson dishes to Lee. Back to Williamson. The Nets working the ball around now. Lee kicks to Williamson. Lee passes to Williamson. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And here is the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's top rebounding teams this season. Number 1, the Nets.
They are tenacious when it comes to attacking the backboard. Physical, smart, and determined. No surprise to see them at the top of the ranking. And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
How about the quickness there from George? Pulling up before the defense can get set.
Out to Lee. Jackson setting the pick here for Lee. And it's sent back by George. They retain possession. The 76ers trail by 8. Pass to Yabusele. Kicks it out to Maxey. Shot from 12. Kessler with the rebound. And here are the Nets. They're on a 14-6 run. Here's Lee. And Lee with the stuff.
Excellent all-around performance so far against the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Brooklyn, a terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And checking out Philadelphia, not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
And for Philadelphia, they haven't looked anything like the team we thought they'd be this year. Still such a long way to go. They could be in line for a long, tumultuous season.
Yeah, I'm not sure this can be written off just as a slow start. I think this might be the team that they are.
And he's good on the 3-ball.
And so many of Gordon's shots come from three-point range because he drains so many of them. When you've had his kind of success from beyond the arc, you're always going to have the green light.
Just his first attempt, and plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up. You take a look at the 76ers. They've lost both of their NBA Cup games so far. A rough start.
Let's be honest, I don't see a way they advance even if they win tonight. So they need to focus just in on the regular season.
And now, checking out how Brooklyn is doing. What a fantastic start to the group stage. 2-0. And looking to continue their winning way.
And yeah, on the road tonight, it'll be a bit of a challenge, but 3 is that magic number. If you win 3 group stage games, there's a good chance you advance.
Maxey against Lee. Maxey passes to Oubre. And he converts the layup.
Crafty at cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Grade, one of the best assets of Zion Williamson is his versatility.
And the combination of power and skill, it's obviously unique. And what I love about him is he's making better and better decisions. He's become as reliable as he is explosive.
The 76ers making a switch here. Martin's checked in. Gordon finds Maxey. Takes a 3. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jackson's got 4 rebounds in this game.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Lee dishes to Williamson. Back to Lee. Oh, jams it right over Andre Drummond. Wow!
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And it goes down 2 points.
Pursues the offensive glass with purpose Drummond knows who he is, and boy, does he attack it.
Here's Lee, and Lee with the stuff.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Shoots from 8. Lee with the block.
And if they want to mount a comeback here, they need him to get going. It's just that simple.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
The 76ers trail by 13. Drummond up top. Here's Gordon. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And while Embiid was on record praising the importance of continuity, I don't know that, Richard, the 76ers front office felt the same way.
Oh, yeah, what you say out loud versus your...
Philadelphia shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Kelly Oubre out there with Martin. Then there's Gordon. Then there's Lowry. And it's Martin in at the 5. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Jackson passes to Larson. They get it again. And a wide open look for Lee. His 3-pointers off the mark. A steal. Left side Jackson. Nice concentration to hit the double clutch layup. Jackson's got 6.
Showing what kind of hang time he's got there. Using a little double pump when you could just go straight up with it.
Lowry looking around. And we've played through the first minute here in the second. Martin, the pass to Martin. Stolen by Kessler. Here's Larson, covered by Oubre. Here's Lee, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his second.
Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
Yeah, nice strong finish there, nearly a 3-point opportunity.
Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
And just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. And the Nets making a change here. Clowney's checked in.
For the Nets, number 11, Noah Clowney.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Here's Oubre. And it's sent back by Kessler. Pass to Clowney. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Out to Lee. And Lee with the stuff.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, G.A. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Here's Oubre. And finished off by Oubre.
And the leaping ability of Oubre Jr. When he gets inside, this guy's determined to finish.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. We have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him, and we have to find easy baskets out of it. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. Yabusele. Kessler with the rebound. Kessler's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And all you got to do is look at the rebounding margin as to why they hold the lead.
They're limiting the offensive possessions for the other team. Tough to win with no extra possessions.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
And it's Nick Nurse calling timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Paul George is checked in for Caleb Martin. Now let's take a second to bring up our rookie leaderboard for a glance at this year's top first-year free throw shooters. Dalton Knecht is number 1.
Yeah, he doesn't miss that many, does he? I mean, great skill level to go with his obvious talent. He's taking full advantage every time he draws a whistle.
Gordon finds Oubre. Here's Yabusele, guarded by Jackson. Right through the D for the layup.
A guy that simply gives his team an edge when he's on the court. Lowry isn't afraid to get scrappy inside.
Here's Lee. Stolen by Gordon. And now here comes Gordon leading the break. Outside Lowry. Puts up a 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Lowry's got 5 points now this quarter.
Can't let Lowry get comfortable from beyond the arc because he's more than capable of hurting you from there.
And Lee with the stuff.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on him.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
George with no one around. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Quick decision right there from George, not giving the D any time to react.
There's Lee with the 3. Trains it from beyond the arc. Lee's got 27.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Pass to Yabusele. Gordon inside. Oubre outside. Outside Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Oubre with the steal. Pass to Yabusele. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And there's that transition offense. Push the ball up the floor. The defense can't get set, and you can get some easy baskets here.
Here's Lee. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. He has 29.
And his ability to efficiently score, that's really helped him out in this one, putting them ahead on the scoreboard.
Oubre outside. George looking over the floor. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Nets. Jackson's got his 6th rebound on the night. And it's Lee penetrating. And the layup is good. Lee's got 31 points.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Outside, George. Puts up a deep 3. A rebound by the Nets. They led by as many as 18 points. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team. Here's Lee. Here he goes. And Lee with the stuff.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Inside. Here's Yabusele, guarded by Jackson. Lowry can't get it to go. Brooklyn leading by 16. Kessler finds Lee. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
And the 76ers with some changes. Caleb Martin comes in for Eric Gordon. And Maxey subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Maxey looking it over. Shot to stop the run. And Lee pulls it down. Lee's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Comes up empty down low. And so it's Oubre with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. 19-point game. Pass to Lee. From the line. And he knocks down the jumper. Lee's got 38 points.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here in the second.
Maxey kicks to Yabusele. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. Well, we have all enjoyed the NBA Cup tournament, and Greg, the double meaning it brings to these games earlier in the season is just terrific.
Yeah, of course. They also count in the regular season standings as well. It allows teams a second trophy to chase, a championship that's a lot earlier in the calendar. And I'll tell you who else benefits, a lot of the young teams, because it puts them in a playoff mindset. I think it's going to help their progression over the course of the season.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Caleb Martin.
That's his second personal
That'll be his second foul of the game.
team foul.
And the Nets with possession here. Hawkins kicks to Lee. They get it back. Pass to Minot. Jacks up a three. Fires from deep. No good from Lee.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Maxey passes to Martin. Oubre outside. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And to put things simply, this has not been his quarter.
And that one is good. Lee's got 40 points.
They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Outside, Martin. Outside, George. Let's go. And he hits the jumper for two. George has got 11.
And George, such a confident player. He's also terrific at recognizing when he's in his zone.
The drive by Lee, and the basket is good.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Outside, Martin. Pass to George. Misses the jumper.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the team.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
Here's George to the inside. Here's Yabusele, and it's blocked. Here's Shannon. Oubre pulls it in. Oubre has got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchises.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
Lee gets the bucket. Lee's got 44.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Outside, George. Back to Maxey. And they double up Maxey. Pass to George. Clock at 6. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Solid play there from PG, absorbing the contact, but staying with that shot for the and one.
Andre Drummond's checked in for Philadelphia. Gordon comes in for Kelly Oubre, and a switch here for Brooklyn. Williamson's checked in.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
He was all alone on that one. George has got 13 points in just this quarter.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
Williamson, the pass to Shannon. Shot's good by Lee. 46 points for the great one.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Gordon with the screen for Maxey. A 3-ball. Rebounded by the Nets.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Turning on the Jets, Maxey found the lane and made them pay.
Here's Minot. George with the defensive effort.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Traps in the tray. George has got 22.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
And again, it's the Nets missing. Gordon up on top, covered by Lee. Right side, George. Gordon with no one around. Another three for Philadelphia.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
Welcome, everybody. Let's get right to it. It's been nothing short of a tremendous challenge for the Philadelphia 76ers.
Well, the energy they're putting out is not going toward their defense. Problem is their offense can't keep up with those guys. So the D has to pick up the slack or this thing is over.
Man, you know they're getting an earful right now in that locker room. We'll see who's listening.
Next up, let's take a look at our latest power rankings.
You know, for Philadelphia, they're still at the bottom third of the league. Something will need to change for them to move up in the rankings.
We knew this team would need time to figure things out, and we were right. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. What can you say? Lee, an impressive effort here today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
You love guys who can get their shots within the flow of the offense.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Lee. Walker Kessler is out there with Jackson. Then there's Williamson. And it's Connect in at the shooting guard position. It's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from Eric Gordon. The net shooting is beautiful right now. 60% for the game. Pretty much everyone out there has been stroking it. Lee. And Lee with the stuff.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
And that finish shows you how dangerous he can be as a passer and a finisher. You just gotta love watching a big man hustle on the glass. This is what his team expects and needs.
Good! There's another.
And it's another 50-point night for him. He's had a bunch of them in his career.
And on the NBA all-time list of 50-point games, he's almost in the top 5.
In the top 5, how about Wilt, MJ, Kobe, Harden, and Elgin Baylor? That is a pretty exclusive club.
Kicks it out to Gordon. The three from George. And rebounded by Connect.
And they have been cold coming out of the break, only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
Here's Lee. A stupendous finish in traffic. Lee's got 53.
A nice start to the second half. They've made 3 out of their first 4 shots coming out of the break.
Maxey against Lee. Maxey passes to Gordon. They need this, and it's sent back by Kessler.
Out of halftime, not the way you want to execute, just 1 of 5 from the field.
Oh, wow, 4 of 5 to start the half, coming out on fire.
The 76ers trail by 20. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Outside for George. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Kessler. Let's see what the Brooklyn Nets have coming up. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against DeMar DeRozan and the Sacramento Kings. Then on Monday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors.
And they are looking at a ton of road games in the next stretch, but this team shouldn't fear the idea of it. They've been more than capable of getting wins on the road, and I wouldn't expect anything less on this trip.
Here's Connect. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Maxey passes to Yabusele. Now here's Gordon. Five on the clock. Here's Drummond, and it's Drummond with the jam.
Once Drummond gets the ball there, you can kiss it goodbye.
Jackson gets to lead. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. Pass to Gordon. There's the 3. Rebounded by Jackson. Jackson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. And Lee with the stuff.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Here's Maxey. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Lee passes to Larson. Lee up top, defended by Gordon. No good from Lee. The 76ers trail by 20. He lobs it up, deflects the pass. He takes it in, and Lee with the stuff.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
Gordon kicks to Yabusele. Pass to George. Here's Yabusele, guarded by Jackson. Top of the key. Here's Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
Nice job clearing some space out under the boards and setting himself up there for the putback.
And not just any old putback, Clark, but a big, big foul. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Tyrese Maxey has stepped up into a starring role with the 76ers. He says, these guys have the ultimate confidence in me, all the way from the organization down to the players. So I can just go out there and be aggressive, play my game, even through mistakes. It's all part of extraordinary growth for the guard. Kevin?
EA thanks. He is rewarding their faith. And I love his statement on growth. He's always looking to expand. And Brooklyn making a change here. Clowney's checked in. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn.
Oh, they've done a lot of damage in transition. Every time they see a chance to push the tempo, they're gone.
And just a great job converting those second chance points as well. They're having a great night getting those second and third shot opportunities.
Gordon, the pass to Drummond. Over Lee. And it's Drummond missing. Nets leading by 19. The shot's good on the assist by George. Drummond's got 12 points in the game.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.
And good, he hits it again.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. The Nets have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game. The recent history of the Nets. You know, Greg, they're always looking for a big splash or a quick fix to be competitive.
And Kevin, this franchise has sold its future more than a few times, but they always find a way to bounce back. You hope they don't go for a quick fix with this group.
Lee, a screen on Gordon. Three-pointer. Larson with the bucket. 8 points for him.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Rebound, Brooklyn. Connects. Got his 5th rebound in this one. Right side, Jackson. Back to Lee. Outside, Jackson. And the 3 off target. 76ers shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Pass to connect. Here's Lee outside. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And it's sent back by George.
And the timing from George there on the rejection, using his long reach to turn away the shot.
And the 76ers making a change here. Oubre is checked in. Maxey kicks to Gordon. George against Jackson. George with the bucket. George has got 24.
And it's really hard to knock George off his balance. He's just so long and strong. Nice take there. Yeah, gets a finger on it, but just can't quite come up with the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
Here's Lee. And another one falls.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Maxey against Lee. Drummond with a screen on Lee. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. Connects from three-point range.
From three-point land, few guys in this league are better than Maxey. You have to run him off that line.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Oubre passes to Gordon. Outside, George. Off target with his 3.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you got to shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Gordon, the pass to Drummond. And Drummond throws it down.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
Yeah, heard the whistle and then kept his focus and able to still knock it down.
Analytics or the eye test? The optics or the numbers in front, Greg? When you're judging the performance of a player, what kind of criteria do you use?
Well, an MVP candidate recently said, my eye test tells me this guy's a terrible defender, but the analytics tell me he's a great defender. I'm confused, and I often feel the same way. And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Maxey against Jackson. Pass to George. That 3 off the mark.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
Gordon with a screen on Jackson. Back to Gordon. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got his 4th assist in this one. Nets leading by 18. Pass to Lee. Down low. And the basket by Jackson. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop. Whatever rhythm he had last quarter, it has left his body. He is having a hard time finding buckets.
Well, how about the D there from George, one of the premier two-way players in our league.
Martin's checked in for the 76ers. Here's Lee. Good, he hits again. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Outside, Maxey. Off target from outside. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Jackson misses. Philadelphia shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. Outside Gordon. Oubre on the wing. Line to find Maxey and gets it to him. Good D by Lee.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Pass to Shannon. And yep, another basket.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable.
Oh, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eating up anybody they've thrown at him.
To the paint, here's George. Count that one. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
And we know George can score from all 3 levels, which is why he's capable of catching fire.
Jackson passes to Larson. Count it.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Jackson against George. To the middle. Kicks it out to Gordon. Fires for 3. And Maxey with the basket on the assist by Eric Gordon. Gordon's got his 6th assist on the night. And Jordi Fernandez has called a timeout. He's made the decision he wants to huddle up with his guys. Some changes for Phil. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And with that, they remain undefeated in group play.
And with just one matchup left, it looks like we'll be seeing them in the next round of the NBA Cup.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. And so for Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and our reporter David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. Thank you for tuning in to watch the NBA on 2K Sports. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, the Great One.